She sets her wine glass
I
down.
invited my poor ex-husband.
I put James on the guest list, she says. My ex-husband. Her friend stares across the table, fork halfway to her mouth. Why would you do that? She smiles, the kind that doesn't reach the eyes. Blake asked the same thing. And? I told him it's charity. Her friend sets the fork down. That's not the real reason. She looks out the window. Doesn't answer. Lauren. What? Why are you really doing this? She takes a sip of her wine. Slow, deliberate. Because I want to see if I was right. Right about what? She doesn't answer. Her friend leans back. This is going to end badly. Maybe. She picks up her phone, scrolls, turns the screen. The message is short. I'll be there. Her friend reads it. That's it? That's it. No questions. No. Nothing. She slides the phone back into her purse. He probably thinks I'm extending an olive branch, trying to be civil. And you're not? She smiles again. I'm giving him a reality check. Her friend is quiet for a moment. Then, what if he doesn't feel the way you think he will? He will. How do you know? Because I know James. She finishes her wine, sets the glass down with a soft clink. He's been stuck for 3 years, same apartment, same routine, probably the same clothes. This will be good for him. Good for him? Her friend's voice rises slightly. Lauren, it's done. She picks up her purse, stands. Saturday night, 7 o'clock. The Whitmore. You're coming, right? Her friend hesitates, then nods. I'll be there. Good. She kisses her cheek. It's going to be perfect. She walks away. Across the city, a phone buzzes on a desk. He picks it up, reads the notification, an email. Subject line, Gala invitation. The Whitmore, Saturday, 7 p.m. He opens it. The message is short, polite, impersonal. James, I'm hosting a charity gala this Saturday at the Whitmore. Black tie. It would mean so much if you could come. I know things have been difficult, but I'd love to see you. For old time's sake. L. He reads it twice. For old time's sake. The last time she contacted him was 3 years ago. One sentence. He'd stared at his phone for an hour before he could move. He sets the phone down now. The office is quiet, floor-to-ceiling windows, city sprawled below, the kind of view that costs more than most people make in a year. His assistant knocks on the glass door. She doesn't wait for an answer, just opens it and steps inside. Mr. Carter, the 4 o'clock is here. He doesn't look up. Give me 5 minutes. She hesitates. She's worked with him long enough to know when something's off. Everything okay? He picks up the phone again, stares at the email. My ex-wife just invited me to a party. Her expression shifts. The one who... Yes. Silence. She crosses her arms. You don't have to go. I know. Then why are you thinking about it? He stands, walks to the window. Below, cars inch through traffic. People move like currents, merging, separating, never stopping. She thinks I need to see what I lost. His assistant waits. Maybe I need to show her what she threw away. She studies him for a moment, then nods once. I'll push the 4 o'clock to 4:15. Thank you. She leaves. He stands there for another minute, then picks up his phone and types a reply. I'll be there. He hits send before he can change his mind, sets the phone down. His hands are steady, but his jaw is tight. Before we move forward, what do you think James is walking into? Does he know what she's planning, or is he about to get blindsided? Drop a comment with your guess. That evening, she sits at her dining table with Blake. He's scrolling through his phone. She's going through the guest list on her laptop. 200 names. Confirmed RSVPs climbing by the hour. We might hit capacity, she says. Blake looks up. That's good. He sets his phone down. I saw you added someone today. She doesn't look up. I add people all the time. James Carter. Her fingers stop. then continue typing. Yes, my ex-husband. Blake leans back in his chair. Why? She closes the laptop, looks at him. I told you. He needs to see what's possible. That's not why. She picks up her wine glass. Yes, it is. Lauren. Blake leans forward. Why did you really leave him? She's quiet. You know why? Do I? She stands, carries her glass to the kitchen. He was broke, Blake. We had nothing. I wasn't going to wait around. That's what you tell people, Blake says. But I'm asking you. She doesn't answer. Blake watches her. What are you trying to prove? She turns. Nothing. Then why are we doing this? We're not doing anything, she says. I'm hosting an event. James is a guest. That's it. Blake's jaw tightens. He stands, grabs his jacket. I have an early meeting tomorrow. I'm going to head out. Blake, I'll see you Saturday. He walks to the door, stops. For what it's worth, I think you're making a mistake. He leaves. She stands alone in the kitchen, holding a glass of wine she doesn't want anymore. Her phone buzzes. A text from her friend. Blake just texted me. He's worried about Saturday. Are you sure you know what you're doing? She doesn't reply. Just sets the phone down and stares at the wall. The bankruptcy papers were dated 3 years ago, Tuesday morning. He remembers the weight of the pen in his hand, the way the lawyer wouldn't look at him. The sound of the notary's stamp, heavy, final. He'd signed his name 12 times. By that afternoon, she was gone. He came home to an empty closet, bare hangers swinging slightly from the air conditioning, her jewelry box missing from the dresser, the car, the one he'd bought her when things were still good, gone from the driveway, divorce papers on the kitchen counter, printed on expensive stock, the lawyer's name embossed at the top in gold. She'd already hired someone. He stood there for 20 minutes, just stood, staring at the papers, at the empty space where her things used to be. Then he sat down on the floor and called his brother. She left, he said. His brother didn't ask who, didn't ask why. Just said, I'm coming over. That night they sat on the floor of the empty living room. No furniture. He'd sold most of it to pay the lawyers during the bankruptcy. His brother opened 2 beers, handed him one. What are you going to do? He took a drink. I don't know. You'll figure it out. Will I? His brother didn't answer right away. Then, you always do. But sitting there on the floor of an apartment that felt like a tomb, he didn't believe it. He thought about the company he'd built. 5 years of 16-hour days, sleeping in his office, missing holidays, missing birthdays, pouring everything into something he believed would last. And then the economy shifted. Investors pulled out. Contracts fell through. Revenue dried up faster than he could react. He fought for a year, took out loans, mortgaged his house, maxed out credit cards. It didn't matter. By the time he filed for bankruptcy, he owed more than he'd ever made. And she left the same day. He'd asked her once, a week before she moved out, "Can't you just wait? Give me time to rebuild?" She'd looked at him like he was a stranger. Rebuild into what, James? This? She gestured around the apartment, at the empty walls, the second-hand furniture, the stack of bills on the counter. I didn't sign up for this. You signed up for me. I signed up for the person you were. Her voice was calm, cold. Not whoever this is. She left the room. He didn't follow. A week later, she was gone, and he never heard from her again. Until now. He shakes the memory off, blinks, focuses on the present. Morning light through the blinds, 3 suits hanging in a row. His phone rings. He answers without looking. Yeah. You're really going to this thing? His brother's voice, familiar, skeptical. I am. Why? He pulls the navy suit off the rack, holds it up to the light. The fabric catches it clean. She invited me. So? So I want to see what she's so proud of. His brother is quiet for a moment. You don't owe her anything. I know. Then why go? He sets the suit on the bed, straightens the shoulders. Because 3 years ago she looked at me like I was nothing, and I want to see if that's still true. His brother sighs. And if it is, then I'll know. And if it's not? He smiles slightly. Then she will. They talk for a few more minutes. Business, a deal closing next week, plans for the holidays. When they hang up, he stands in front of the mirror. Same face, same height, same build. But the man staring back isn't the one who signed bankruptcy papers 3 years ago. That man was broken, desperate, afraid. This one isn't. He picks up his phone, texts his assistant. Confirm my RSVP for the Gala Saturday. Her reply is instant. You sure about this? Yes. Okay, I'll handle it. He sets the phone down, then he gets dressed for work. Friday afternoon, 24 hours before the gala, she's at the venue, the Whitmore, ballroom on the 3rd floor, high ceilings, crystal chandeliers, windows overlooking the city. The event planner stands beside her with a tablet. Seating chart is finalized, the planner says. 200 guests, 18 tables, you and Mr. Harrison at table 1 with the primary sponsors. Where's James? The planner scrolls. Table 12. Show me. The planner turns the tablet. She looks at the layout. Table 12 is in the middle of the room. Not hidden, not prominent, just there. Perfect, she says. The planner nods. Bar opens at 7, dinner at 8, speeches at 9. Who's speaking? You, Mr. Harrison, and the charity director. She nods. Keep mine short. 3 minutes max. Noted. The planner walks away to check the lighting. She stands alone in the empty ballroom. The space is beautiful, elegant, expensive, everything she wanted. Her phone rings. Blake. She answers. Hey, I'm at the office running late. I'll meet you at home around 6. Okay. Silence. Lauren? Yeah? Are you sure about tomorrow? She closes her eyes. We've been over this. I know, He stops, starts again. I don't want this to backfire. It won't. How do you know? Because I know James. Her voice is firm, final. He's going to walk into this room, see my life, and realize he never had a chance. Blake doesn't respond right away. Then, okay. Blake, I'll see you at 6. He hangs up. She lowers the phone, stares at the screen, then she walks out of the ballroom. Saturday morning, he wakes up at 6, runs 5 miles, showers, eats breakfast at the counter in his apartment. Eggs, toast, coffee. His phone buzzes, a text from his assistant. Good luck tonight. You've got this. He replies, thank you. Another message comes in. His brother. Don't let her get in your head. He smiles. I won't. He finishes his coffee, rinses the mug, sets it in the sink. Then he goes to his closet and pulls out the navy suit. He lays it on the bed, the shirt, the tie, the shoes, everything in place. He picks up his phone, opens his email, scrolls to the invitation, for old time's sake. He reads the line 3 times. Then he closes the email and sets the phone down. Old times. She wants old times. Fine. He'll show her old times. She wakes up at 6:30, hair appointment at 8, makeup at 10, dress fitting at noon. Blake is already gone. A note on the counter. Had to meet the team early. See you tonight. B. She crumples the note and throws it in the trash. At the salon, her stylist asks about the event. Big night, the stylist says, running fingers through her hair. What's the occasion? Charity gala, 200 guests? That's amazing. You must be so excited. She nods, but her stomach is tight. The stylist keeps talking. About trends, about updos, about a wedding she did last week. She stops listening. Her phone buzzes. A text from her friend. I'll be there at 7. Want me to bring anything? She replies. Just yourself. Nervous? She stares at the word. No. Excited. Liar. She doesn't reply. The stylist finishes. She looks at herself in the mirror. Hair sleek, makeup flawless. The dress, a deep emerald green, fits like it was painted on. She looks perfect, but her hands are shaking. She clasps them together, takes a breath. It's going to be fine. James is going to walk in, see the room, see her life, see Blake, and he's going to understand. She pays, thanks the stylist, walks out into the cold afternoon air. The city is loud, horns, voices, footsteps on concrete. She pulls her coat tighter and heads home. By 6 o'clock, the ballroom is being prepped. Waiters in black vests arrange glasses on trays. The bar is stocked. The DJ tests the sound system. She stands near the entrance in her gown. Blake beside her in a tuxedo. He looks good, confident, put together. But he's quiet. "You okay?" she asks. "Yeah." "You don't seem okay." He looks at her. "I'm fine, Lauren. Just thinking." "About what?" "About whether this is a good idea." She turns away. "Blake, I know. I'm just saying, you've been saying it all week." He stops, jaw tight. Then, "Fine, forget it." She reaches for his hand. He lets her take it, but his grip is loose. "I love you," she says quietly. He looks at her. "I know. Not I love you too. Just, I know." She drops his hand. A waiter approaches. "Ms. Mitchell, the first guests are arriving." She nods. "We're ready." Blake adjusts his tie and walks toward the entrance. She follows. The doors open. People start filing in. Gowns, tuxedos, laughter, champagne flutes catching the light. She smiles, shakes hands, thanks people for coming. "Beautiful event. You look stunning." Such an important cause. Blake stands beside her, polite, charming, but distant. Her friend arrives, hugs her, whispers, "You okay?" "I'm fine." "You don't look fine." "I said I'm fine." Her friend pulls back, nods, doesn't push. By 7:30, the ballroom is full, 200 people, conversations overlapping, music low and smooth. She scans the room, no sign of him. Her chest tightens. Blake leans close. "Maybe he's not coming." "He'll come." "How do you know?" "Because he said he would." Blake looks at her. "And you believe him?" She doesn't answer. 7:40, still nothing. Her friend appears at her side. "Lauren, not now. Lauren, maybe he's not." "He's coming." 7:45. The door opens. A man walks in. She turns. Her breath stops. He steps through the door like he owns the room. Not fast, not slow, just steady. The suit fits him perfectly. Navy, tailored, the kind of cut that doesn't come off a rack. His shoulders are back, his head level, his eyes calm. He doesn't scan the room like someone lost. He just walks in. A woman near the entrance turns. Then another. Conversations near the door start to quiet. He moves toward the center of the ballroom. The silence follows him like a wake. She can't move. Her friend grabs her arm. "Is that—" "Yes." Her friend stares. "He looks—" She doesn't finish. Blake turns. His face changes. "That's your ex?" She doesn't answer. A woman near the bar leans close to her friend. Whispers, "Is that James Carter?" Her friend. "Who?" "Carter Logistics. They went public last year." "Wait, that James Carter?" "Yeah." Lauren hears it. Her stomach twists. A waiter approaches James with a tray. He takes a glass of champagne, nods his thanks, turns slightly to observe the space. That's when his eyes find hers. For a moment, neither of them moves. Then he lifts his glass, slightly. A silent acknowledgement. Her heart hammers against her ribs. He starts walking toward her. Her friend whispers, "Oh my God." Blake straightens. James stops in front of her. Up close, the details land. The crisp white shirt, the subtle cologne, the way his jaw has sharpened. "Lauren," he says. His voice is calm, smooth. "James." Her voice comes out thinner than she wants. "Thank you for the invitation." She forces a smile. "Of course. I'm glad you could make it." He nods once, then turns to Blake, extends his hand. Blake Harrison, right? I've heard good things. Blake shakes his hand. Surprised. Yes, thank you. Congratulations on the promotion last year, James says. Your firm's municipal bonds strategy was smart. Blake blinks. You follow our work? I follow the market. James smiles slightly. Your Q3 expansion was well-timed. She feels something twist in her stomach. He's not nervous. He's not uncomfortable. He's confident. Her friend steps forward. James, you look great. Thank you. He turns. You cut your hair. It suits you. Her friend touches her hair, smiles. You remember? Of course. Another woman approaches. Older. Elegant. She smiles at James. Excuse me, are you James Carter? James turns. I am. The woman extends her hand. Rebecca Hall, Orion Ventures. I read the profile on your logistics model in Forbes. Impressive work. James shakes her hand. Thank you. I appreciate that. Are you here alone? Rebecca asks, tilting her head slightly. I am. We should talk. I think there's potential synergy between what you're building and what we fund. She hands him a card. James takes it. I'd enjoy that. Rebecca smiles. Call me next week? I will. She walks away. Lauren stares. Forbes? Logistics model? Her throat is dry. Blake is watching James now, his expression shifting. Wait, Carter Logistics, that's you? Yes. Blake looks at Lauren, then back at James. Your stock jumped 40% last quarter. James nods. 42. Lauren's stomach drops. No, this isn't possible. A man in a gray suit approaches, confident, smiling. Mr. Carter? I'm sorry to interrupt. David Brennan, Corvin Capital. I heard your name at a conference last month. Your renewable supply chain work is exceptional. James shakes his hand. Thank you. We've been fortunate. Fortune had nothing to do with it, David says. Your Q3 numbers were surgical. He turns to Lauren. Is this the event organizer? This is Lauren, James says. My ex-wife. David's eyebrows raise. Ah, well, congratulations on the event. Beautiful space. Thank you, Lauren manages. David turns back to James. I'd love to set up a meeting. My card. He hands it over. James takes it. I'll call you Monday. David nods and walks away. Lauren stares at James. Her hands are trembling. Blake looks at her, then at James. What do you do now? I run a logistics company, James says. We facilitate renewable energy distribution across the eastern seaboard. Lauren's voice comes out flat. Since when? 2 years ago, James says. We went public last spring. Her friend's mouth opens slightly. Public? James nods. Small offering, but it went well. Blake's expression changes. Recognition. Wait, you're the Carter from Carter Logistics? Yes. Blake looks at Lauren. She can't speak. Her friend laughs nervously. This is insane. Another man approaches, younger, eager. Mr. Carter, Marcus Lowe, Greenvest Partners. We've been tracking your growth closely. Could we set up a call this week? James pulls a card from his pocket. Call my office Monday. Marcus takes it like it's gold. Thank you. This means a lot. He walks away. Lauren watches it happen. People gravitating toward James. Conversations shifting in his direction. Laughter. Respect. Attention. Her event, her room, her night, and he's the center of it. Blake leans close. Did you know about any of this? No, she whispers. You invited him thinking, I know what I thought. Blake pulls back, his jaw tight. Her friend touches her arm. Lauren, don't. Maybe we should. I said don't. Across the room, a woman in a red dress approaches James. She's smiling, confident. You're James Carter, aren't you? He nods. I am. I read the piece in Forbes. Your supply chain model is brilliant. Thank you. Are you here with anyone? She asks. No, just me. She hands him her card. We should talk. There's a lot of overlap between what you're doing and what we fund. James takes the card. I'd like that. She smiles and walks away. Lauren watches the entire exchange. Her chest is tight. Her hands are clenched. Blake touches her shoulder. Lauren, I'm fine. You're not. I said I'm fine. But she's not. She planned this. Every detail, every name, every seat. She invited James here to show him what he'd lost, to remind him of where he belonged, at the bottom. But he's not at the bottom. He's standing in the center of her ballroom, surrounded by investors and entrepreneurs and people who respect him. And she's on the edge, watching, invisible. An hour passes. James moves through the room like water, smooth, unhurried, present. He listens more than he talks, nods at the right moments, asks questions that show he's paying attention. Lauren stands near the bar, glass of wine in hand, watching. Blake is somewhere in the crowd, talking with colleagues. She can see him across the room. He glances at her once, then looks away. Her friend appears beside her. You okay? Lauren doesn't answer. Lauren? I'm fine. You don't look fine. Lauren turns, her voice sharp. What do you want me to say? Her friend steps back. Nothing. I just... Then don't ask. Her friend stares at her, then walks away. Lauren drains her glass, sets it on the bar, asks for another. The bartender pours. She takes it without saying thank you. Across the room, James is talking with a group of 3 people. 2 men, 1 woman. They're laughing at something he said. Lauren watches his face, the way he smiles, easy, relaxed. This isn't the man she left. That man was broken, desperate, small. This man is none of those things. A woman walks past Lauren, mid-40s, expensive jewelry. She's talking to someone on her phone. No, I'm serious. James Carter. Yes, that James Carter. He's here. I'm looking at him right now. Lauren's chest tightens. The woman keeps walking, still talking. I know. I didn't expect him either. But he's here. And he looks incredible. The voice fades into the crowd. Lauren closes her eyes, takes a breath, opens them. James is looking at her, not staring, just looking. Their eyes meet. He lifts his glass slightly. Same gesture as before. She doesn't return it. He turns back to his conversation. Lauren's hands shake. She sets the glass down, walks toward the restroom hallway, away from the noise. The hallway is quieter, dimmer. She leans against the wall and presses her palms to her temples. Breathe. Just breathe. Footsteps. She looks up. Blake. He stops a few feet away. You disappeared. I needed air. We're inside. You know what I mean? Blake crosses his arms. This isn't going how you thought it would. I know. He's not the person you described. I know. Blake steps closer. What are you going to do? I don't know. He watches her, silent. Then, I think we should leave. What? This event. I think we should go. Lauren stares at him. We can't leave. It's our event. It's your event, Blake says, and it's turning into his. That's not true. Lauren, his voice is firm. Half the room is talking about him. The other half is asking who he is. No one's talking about the charity. No one's talking about the cause. They're talking about James Carter and his company and his stock price and his Forbes profile. Lauren's throat tightens. So what? So he's successful. So what? So you invited him here to humiliate him, and instead, I know, she snaps. I know, Blake, I get it. Blake steps back. Do you? She looks away. Yes. Silence. Blake pulls his phone from his pocket, checks the time. The speeches start in 20 minutes. You're supposed to go first. I know. Can you do that? She looks at him. Can I stand in front of 200 people and talk about charity while my ex-husband, the one I left because he was broke, is in the room proving I was wrong about everything? Blake says nothing. Yes, she says. I can do that. But her voice cracks on the last word. Blake's face softens, just slightly. Lauren, I'm fine. She pushes off the wall. Let's just get through tonight. She walks past him, back into the ballroom. Blake follows. If you're feeling this story, go ahead and hit that like button. It helps the algorithm recommend more videos like this to you. The speeches start at 9. The charity director goes first, talks about the mission, the impact, the community. People clap politely. Then Blake. He talks about his firm's commitment, their sponsorship, the importance of giving back. More polite applause. Then it's her turn. She walks to the microphone. The room quiets. 200 faces looking at her. She can see James, table 12, middle of the room. He's watching, not smiling, not frowning, just watching. She clears her throat. Thank you all for being here tonight. Her voice is steady, practiced. When we started planning this event, the goal was simple. Bring people together, raise awareness, make a difference. She pauses. And I'm so grateful to see this room full of people who care, who want to help, who believe in something bigger than themselves. Applause. She keeps going, talks about the charity, the cause, the future. 3 minutes, just like she planned. When she finishes, people clap. She steps away from the microphone. Blake is waiting near the side. He nods. Good job. She doesn't respond. The music starts again. People return to their conversations. Lauren walks to the bar, orders another glass of wine. Her friend appears. That was great. Lauren nods. You okay? Stop asking me that. Her friend's face falls. I'm just trying to... I know, I'm sorry. Lauren closes her eyes. I'm just tired. Do you want to leave? Not yet. Her friend hesitates, then walks away. Lauren stands alone at the bar. The bartender refills her glass without asking. She takes a sip. Across the room, James is standing now, shaking hands with someone, smiling. He looks comfortable, like he belongs. Lauren's chest aches. She sets the glass down, then she walks toward him. He's near the windows when she approaches. Alone now, looking out at the city. She stops a few feet away. James, he turns. Lauren, can we talk? He glances at the crowd, then back at her. Of course. She gestures toward the hallway. Somewhere quiet? He nods. They walk in silence, past the bar, past the tables, into the same hallway she stood in earlier with Blake. The noise fades. Lauren crosses her arms. What are you doing? James frowns. I'm not sure what you mean. Yes, you do. Her voice is sharp. You're performing. I'm having conversations with my guests. They approached me, Lauren, because you wanted them to. James looks at her for a long moment, then says quietly, Is that what you think? What else am I supposed to think? He takes a breath. You invited me here. I invited you to... She stops. To what? He asks quietly. Her throat tightens. I wanted to see if I was right. Right about what? That you'd still be nothing. The word lands. James nods slowly. And? You're not. Her voice cracks. You're not nothing. I never was, James says. Silence. He steps closer. Not aggressive, just closer. You didn't leave because I was broke. Lauren stares at him. You left because you were afraid I'd stay that way. And if you stayed with me, you'd have to admit you cared more about money than you thought you did. Her hands tremble. That's not true. Yes, James says gently. It is. She looks away. I couldn't stay. I know. His voice is soft. But that doesn't mean it didn't hurt. Lauren blinks hard. The last message I sent you? I remember. I didn't know what else to say. You could have said goodbye. Her throat aches. I thought it would be easier. For who? She doesn't answer. James is quiet for a moment. Then, I came here because I wanted to see if you'd changed. And? He looks at her. Really looks at her. You haven't. The words land like stones. You still think success is about money, James says. About who's in the room, about who sees you. That's not true? It is. His voice stays gentle. You think I came here to show off, but I didn't. I came because 3 years ago you made me feel like I was nothing, and I wanted to see if that was still true. And? Lauren whispers. It's not, James says. I'm not nothing. I never was. He steps back. I'm going to leave now. Lauren's breath catches. James. Enjoy your party, Lauren. He turns and walks back into the ballroom. Lauren stands there, alone, her chest tight, her hands shaking. James moves through the crowd one last time. He says goodbye to a few people, thanks them for the conversations, finds his coat near the entrance. Blake appears beside him. Leaving already? Blake asks. Early morning tomorrow, James says. Blake nods. Listen, I didn't know about your company, about any of it. It's fine. Is it? James looks at him. You seem uncomfortable. Blake shifts. I didn't know Lauren invited you to humiliate me, James finishes. Blake says nothing. James smiles slightly. She didn't succeed. I can see that. Good. James extends his hand. Take care of yourself, Blake. Blake shakes it, firm, respectful. You too. James walks out. The cool night air hits him as he steps onto the street. He takes a breath, lets it out slowly. His phone buzzes, a text from his assistant. How did it go? James smiles, types back. Exactly how it needed to. He slides the phone into his pocket. Then he walks down the street, hands in his pockets, head level, shoulders back. Behind him, the ballroom glows through the windows. Music, laughter, voices overlapping. He doesn't look back. Inside, Lauren stands near the windows. Watching the door James walked through. Her friend approaches. Careful. You okay? Lauren doesn't answer. Lauren? I made a mistake, Lauren whispers. Her friend frowns. What do you mean? Lauren turns. Her eyes are wet. I thought I wanted him to see my life, but I just wanted him to feel small. And he didn't. Lauren's voice cracks. He walked in here like he owned the room. Her friend touches her arm gently. Maybe that's because he did. Just not this one. Lauren looks around. The ballroom is still full. People talking, laughing, drinking. But the energy has shifted. No one's asking about the charity anymore. They're asking about James. Who is he? Where did he come from? What's his company? She hears fragments of conversations as she walks past tables. Carter Logistics, I looked it up, stock's up 70% year over year. Forbes did a profile on him last month. Renewable energy distribution. Someone said he went bankrupt a few years ago. Hard to believe. Lauren keeps walking. Blake is near the entrance, talking to a colleague. He sees her. His face hardens. She stops. They stare at each other across the room, then Blake turns away. Keeps talking. Lauren's chest tightens. She walks to the bar, orders another drink. The bartender pours. Rough night? She doesn't answer. Just takes the glass and walks back to the windows. The party ends around 11. Guests leave slowly, thanking her on their way out. Beautiful event. Such an important cause. Great to see you. But Lauren hears what they don't say. Who was that guy? James Carter. I'm going to look him up. By midnight, the ballroom is empty. Staff clean tables, pack decorations, fold chairs. Blake left 20 minutes ago, didn't say goodbye, just texted. Going home, we'll talk tomorrow. Lauren stands near the entrance, alone. Her phone buzzes. A notification. Someone tagged her in a post. She opens it. A business article from earlier today. She hadn't seen it until now. The headline reads, Carter Logistics announces major West Coast expansion. Below it, a photo of James, professional, confident, standing in front of his office building, the caption from the person who tagged her. "Wait, isn't this your ex?" Lauren stares at the photo, then closes the app, sets her phone down. She looks around the empty ballroom. $50,000 to rent this space, another $30,000 for catering, $20,000 for the open bar. She'd planned every detail, every name, every seat, and in 2 hours, James had walked in and made it his. Her phone buzzes again. Another tag, another post. She doesn't open it, just picks up her coat and walks out. 2 weeks later, Lauren sits in her apartment, alone. Blake moved his things out last weekend. He said he needed space, said the gala made him see things differently. She knew what he meant. He'd seen her cruelty, and he didn't want to be part of it. Her friend stopped calling as much. Their last conversation had been short, awkward. "I just think you need to figure some things out," her friend had said. Lauren didn't argue. Now she sits on the couch, laptop open, scrolling. She's looked at James's company page 4 times today. Carter Logistics, revenue projections, expansion plans, press releases. She reads an interview he did last month. The journalist asks, "What's the most important lesson you've learned in business?" James's answer, "That failure isn't the end. It's just information. You learn from it. You adjust. You keep moving." Lauren closes the laptop. Her phone buzzes. Another tag. She opens it. A photo from the gala. Someone posted it 2 weeks late. James is in the center, surrounded by people, smiling. She's visible in the background, alone, holding a wine glass. The caption, "Ran into James Carter at a charity event. What a genuine guy. Can't wait to work together." Lauren stares at the photo. Then she closes the app, sets the phone down, and for the first time in 3 years, she lets herself feel the full weight of what she did. Not just leaving James when he was broke, but believing that's all he'd ever be. She thought she was trading up, moving from a sinking ship to a yacht. But the ship didn't sink. It rebuilt, and she'd been too blind to see it. Lauren sits in the quiet apartment, alone. Her phone is on the coffee table. She stares at it for a long time. Then she picks it up, opens her messages, scrolls to James's name. Her fingers hover over the keyboard. She types, "I'm sorry," stares at the words, then deletes them. Types again. "You were right," deletes that too. She sets the phone down, but she doesn't close the message thread. The cursor blinks, waiting. Across the city, James sits in his office. Late, past midnight. Floor-to-ceiling windows, city lights below. His phone buzzes. He picks it up. A notification. Lauren is typing. The dots appear, then disappear. He stares at the screen for a moment, then sets the phone down, face down, and goes back to work. His phone buzzes again, a text from his brother. Saw the article. Congrats on the expansion. James smiles, replies. Thanks, long time coming. Another text. How was the gala? James looks at the message for a moment, then types. It was fine. That's it? Just fine? Yeah, just fine. His brother sends a laughing emoji. You're a terrible liar. James smiles. Good night. Night. He sets the phone down, leans back in his chair, looks out at the city. 3 years ago, he sat in a different office, smaller, cheaper, falling apart. He'd just signed bankruptcy papers. His wife had just left. His company was gone. He remembers sitting at that desk, staring at the wall, thinking, this is it. This is the bottom. But it wasn't. The bottom came later, when he sold his suits to pay rent, when he borrowed money from his brother to buy groceries, when he applied for jobs and got rejected because of the bankruptcy. That was the bottom. And he'd stayed there for 6 months, until one morning he woke up and decided he was done. Done feeling sorry for himself. Done blaming the economy. Done waiting for someone to save him. He started small. Consulting work. Freelance projects. Anything that paid. He saved every dollar. Lived in a studio apartment. ate the same meal every day for a year. And slowly, painfully, carefully, he rebuilt. One client at a time, one deal at a time, one investor who believed in him when no one else did. It took 2 years to get Carter Logistics off the ground, another year to turn a profit. And now, 3 years after losing everything, he's sitting in a corner office, looking at a city that used to feel impossible. His phone buzzes again. An email. Late-night sender. He opens it. It's from one of the investors he met at the Gala. James, great meeting you Saturday. Let's talk next week about a potential partnership. I think there's real opportunity here. James reads it twice, then replies, Sounds good. Have your assistant reach out to mine and we'll set something up. He hits send, leans back. The city hums below, lights flickering, lives moving, people building, failing, rebuilding. James closes his eyes. He's not angry at Lauren anymore. He was, for a long time, but not anymore. Because the anger didn't help him rebuild, it just kept him stuck. So he let it go. Not for her, for himself. He stands, stretches, grabs his coat, turns off the lights, walks out. The building is quiet. His footsteps echo in the empty hallway. Outside, the air is cold, sharp. He pulls his coat tighter, walks toward the subway. His phone buzzes one more time. A notification. Someone liked his company's latest post. He doesn't check it. Just slides the phone into his pocket and keeps walking. Because that's what people who rebuild do. They don't look back. They don't wait for validation. They just keep moving, one step at a time, one day at a time, forward, always forward. And 3 years after losing everything, James Carter has finally learned the most important lesson. The people who leave you at your lowest don't deserve to see you at your highest. But if they ask, you show them, not to hurt them, not to prove anything, just to remind them and yourself that you were never the problem. They were. And now you're free. If this story hit you the way it hit me, go ahead and subscribe. And drop a comment. Let me know what you thought. Did Lauren deserve what happened? Did James handle it the right way? I want to hear from you. And see you in the next one.